Juan Pablo Aristizabal is 8th. The qualification session is at the Cathedral of Speed in Assen, Netherlands. The wind speed is 1 km/h from the west-northwest. Christian Gomez from Colombia in Harbocht is P1. session is now in overtime. The race session is at the Cathedral of Speed in Assen, Netherlands. Gerson Robia from Colombia is first on softs. Sebastián Aristizabal from Colombia is second on softs. J.Enriquez from Colombia is P3 on mediums. Jose Miguel Moncada from Colombia is P4 on softs. Julian Cachado from Colombia is P5 on mediums. Esteban Gomez from Colombia is P6 on mediums. Santiago Bedoya from Colombia is P7 on mediums. Sebastián Sepulveda from Colombia is 8th on mediums. Christian Gomez from Colombia is 9th on mediums. Juan Garcia from Colombia is P10 on mediums. Juan Pablo Aristizabal from Colombia is P11 on mediums. Gerson Robia is P1. Sebastián Aristizabal in Harbook is second. Juan Garcia in Acebro Econ is P5. Gomez in Beanslang is P7. Juan Pablo Aristizabal in Ruskin Hook is 9. Julian Cachado in De Bolt is P4. J.Enriquez entering the pits is 3rd. Jose Miguel Moncada entering the pits is P7. Juan Pablo Aristizabal is 7th, 0.3 behind Christian Gomez. J.Enriquez exiting pits on mediums. Jose Miguel Moncada exiting pits on softs. Juan Pablo Aristizabal is now P8. Christian Gomez in Strubben is P6, 0.5 behind Esteban Gomez. Sebastian Sepulveda in Ruskin Hook is P9. 0.5 behind Juan Pablo Aristizabal. Christian Gomez in De Bolt is P6, 0.1 behind Esteban Gomez. Christian Gomez passed Esteban Gomez for P5. Juan Pablo Aristizabal in Dikersloot is P8. Best lap is a 1:58.336. 6.510 off the fastest lap. Jose Miguel Moncada in Buenmir is P11, 0.4 behind J.Enriquez. Juan Garcia entering the pits is P4. Juan Garcia on lap 3 is P6 battling Santiago Bedoya. Esteban Gomez in managed is P5, 1.5 ahead of Santiago Bedoya. Juan Garcia exiting pits on mediums. Aristizabal in Beanslang is P7, 0.5 behind Santiago Bedoya. Jose Miguel Moncada is 10th on softs, 0.5 behind J.Enriquez. Juan Pablo Aristizabal is 7th, 0.5 behind Santiago Bedoya. Gerson Robia in Geert Timmer Bocht is P2, 0.5 behind Sebastian Aristizabal. Gerson Robia entering the pits is P2. Juan Pablo Aristizabal in Geert Timmer Bocht is P7 battling Santiago Bedoya. Juan Pablo Aristizabal entering the pits is 7th. Gerson Robia exiting pits on softs. Julian Cachado in Acebro Ecan is P3, 0.3 behind Christian Gomez. Juan Pablo Aristizabal exiting pits on mediums. Jose Miguel Moncada in Acebro Ecan is P9, 0.4 behind J.Enriquez. J.Enriquez is P9. Best lap is a 1:43.202. 1.708 off the fastest lap. Santiago Bedoya in Bolt is 6th, 0.2 behind Gerson Robia. Santiago Bedoya is now 5th. Gerson Robia in Montevideo is 9th, 0.5 behind J.Enriquez. J.Enriquez in here Timber Block on lap 4 is P8, 0.4 ahead of Gerson Robia. Gerson Robia in Madejk is 9th on softs, 0.5 behind J.Enriquez. J.Enriquez was 16.4 faster last lap. Jose Miguel Moncada in Scrubben is P7, 0.4 behind Sebastian Sepulveda. Jose Miguel Moncada is now P6. Gerson Robia in Ruskin Hook is P8, 0.2 behind J.Enriquez. Jose Miguel Moncada in Montevideo is 6th, 0.5 behind Santiago Bedoya. J.Enriquez in Buenmir is 8th, 0.1 behind Gerson Robia. Jose Miguel Moncada in here Timber Block is P6, 0.5 behind Santiago Bedoya. Sebastian Sepulveda entering the pits is 9th. Juan Pablo Aristizabal entering the pits is P10. Jose Miguel Moncada passed Santiago Bedoya. Santiago Bedoya is 6th. Sebastian Sepulveda exiting pits on mediums. Gerson Robia in Beanslang is 7th, 0.5 behind Santiago Bedoya. Juan Pablo Aristizabal exiting pits on mediums. Santiago Bedoya into Bolt is P7 battling Gerson Robia. Gerson Robia was 3.2 faster last lap. Santiago Bedoya passed Gerson Robia for 6th. J.Enriquez in Dikersloot on lap 6 is 8th, 0.5 behind Gerson Robia. Robia in Rams Hook is P7, 0.4 behind Santiago Bedoya. Gerson Robia was 3.2 faster last lap. Santiago Bedoya is 7th. Jose Miguel Moncada is P10 battling Sebastian Sepulveda. Jose Miguel Moncada passed Gerson Robia for 5th. J.Enriquez in Beanslang is 8th. Jose Miguel Moncada in Mondovien is P5, 2.9 behind Esteban Gomez. Jose Miguel Moncada was 2.3 faster last lap. J.Enriquez is P8 on mediums, 1.0 behind Santiago Bedoya. Jose Miguel Moncada entering the pits is 5th. J.Enriquez is now P7. Santiago Bedoya in Managed is 7th on mediums. Jose Miguel Moncada exiting pits on mediums. Gerson Robia in Ruskin Hook is P5, 3.1 behind Esteban Gomez. Gerson Robia was 2.9 faster last lap. Jose Miguel Moncada in Beanslang is P10 on mediums. Best lap is a 1:42.981. 2.023 off the fastest lap. Gerson Robia is 5th, 1.3 behind Esteban Gomez. Julian Cachado in Ruskin Hook is 3rd. Santiago Bedoya in Steckenwale is 7th, 0.7 behind J.Enriquez. J.Enriquez was 3.1 faster last lap. Gerson Robia is 5th, 0.3 behind Esteban Gomez. Juan Garcia is 8th, 0.5 behind Santiago Bedoya. Christian Gomez in Beanslang is P2. Best lap is a 141.494. 0.536 off the fastest lap. Gerson Robia in Ruskin Hook is 5th, 0.6 behind Esteban Gomez. Christian Gomez in Rams Hook is 2nd, 0.5 behind Sebastian Aristizabal. Sebastian Aristizabal entering the pits is 2nd. Christian Gomez passed Sebastian Aristizabal for 1st. Sebastian Aristizabal is P2. Julian Cachado is 2nd. Gerson Robia from Colombia is P5. Julian Cachado in Acebro Ecan on lap 11 is 2nd. Juan Garcia is P5, 0.1 behind J.Enriquez. Sebastian Aristizabal exiting pits on mediums. Sebastian Sepulveda entering the pits is P9. Juan Garcia passed J.Enriquez for P4. Gerson Robia is P8. Gerson Robia exiting pits. Sebastian Sepulveda exiting pits. J.Enriquez is 5th, 0.8 behind Juan Garcia. Sebastian Sepulveda in Ruskin Hook is P9, 0.5 behind Gerson Robia. J.Enriquez in Geert Timmer Bocht is P5, 0.5 behind Juan Garcia. Juan Garcia was 1.3 faster last lap. Santiago Bedoya entering the pits is P6. Santiago Bedoya is P6. Best lap is a 143.875. 2.917 off the fastest lap. Esteban Gomez from Colombia in Strubban is 3rd, 3.7 ahead of Juan Garcia. Santiago Bedoya exiting pits. Santiago Bedoya in Strubban is 7th. Julian Caicedo entering the pits is P2. Julian Caicedo is P2. Juan Garcia is 4th, 1.7 behind Esteban Gomez. Juan Garcia is now 3rd. Julian Caicedo is 5th. Julian Caicedo exiting pits. Santiago Bedoya entering the pits is P7. Julian Caicedo lost P5 to Sebastián Aristizabal. Santiago Bedoya is 7th. Juan Pablo Aristizabal in de Bolt is 11th. Juan Garcia in Steckenwale is P3, 0.3 behind Esteban Gomez. Esteban Gomez in Mondivian on lap 13 is 3rd, battling Juan Garcia. Santiago Bedoya exiting pits. J.Enriquez in gear Timmer Bach is 4th. Juan Garcia in Harbook is P3, 0.3 behind Esteban Gomez. Juan Garcia lost P3 to J.Enriquez. Gerson Robia entering the pits is 7th. Gerson Robia is 7th. Gerson Robia exiting pits. Gerson Robia lost P8 to Sebastián Sepúlveda. J.Enriquez from Colombia is P3, 0.3 behind Esteban Gomez. J.Enriquez is 3rd, 0.1 behind Esteban Gomez. J.Enriquez passed Esteban Gomez for P2. Juan Garcia from Colombia in Acebro Ican is P4, 0.5 behind Esteban Gomez. Gerson Robia on lap 14 is P9, 1.2 behind Sebastián Sepúlveda. Esteban Gomez is 4th, 0.5 behind Juan Garcia. Juan Pablo Aristizabal is 11th. Best lap is a 141.734. 0.776 off the fastest lap. Jerson Robia in Ruskin Hook is 9th, 0.5 behind Sebastian Sepulveda. Juan Garcia in Harboak is P3, 0.3 behind J.Enriquez. Jerson Robia is 9th, 0.2 behind Sebastian Sepulveda. Sebastian Sepulveda was 9.2 faster last lap. Jerson Robia passed Sebastian Sepulveda for 8th. Juan Garcia in Veenslang is P3, 0.2 behind J.Enriquez. Juan Garcia passed J.Enriquez for P2. Sebastian Sepulveda entering the pits is P9. J.Enriquez in Steckenwale is 3rd, 0.3 behind Juan Garcia. Sebastian Sepulveda entering the pits is 9th. Esteban Gomez in Montevideo is 4th, 0.3 behind J.Enriquez. Sebastian Sepulveda exiting pits. Juan Garcia entering the pits is 2nd. Juan Garcia is P2. Sebastian Sepulveda in Strubben is 11th, 4.0 behind Juan Pablo Aristizabal. Cachado entering the pits is P6. Julian Cachado is P6. Jerson Robia in Ramshoek is 8th. Juan Garcia exiting pits. Juan Garcia in Harboak is P6. 0.5 behind Jose Miguel Moncada. Jose Miguel Moncada was 2.0 faster last lap. Julian Cachado on lap 17 is P8 on hards. Julian Cachado exiting pits on hards. Juan Pablo Aristizabal entering the pits is 9th. Sebastian Sepulveda entering the pits is 10th. Jerson Robia is P7, 1.6 behind Juan Garcia. Esteban Gomez entering the pits is 3rd. Esteban Gomez is 3rd on mediums. Sebastian Aristizabal is P4 on mediums. Sebastian Aristizabal passed Esteban Gomez for 3rd. Sebastian Sepulveda exiting pits on softs. Esteban Gomez is P4, 3.6 ahead of Jose Miguel Moncada. Esteban Gomez exiting pits on mediums. Esteban Gomez lost 6th to Jerson Robia. Juan Garcia in Strubben is 5th, 1.1 behind Jose Miguel Moncada. J.Enriquez entering the pits is P2. J.Enriquez is P2. Gerson Robia in Bolt is P6 on mediums, 4.5 behind Jose Miguel Moncada. Gerson Robia was 2.6 faster last lap. Julian Cachado in Montevideo is P8. Exiting pits on hards. Gerson Robia in Acebro Egan is 5th on mediums, 3.0 behind Jose Miguel Moncada. Juan Garcia from Colombia is 3rd, 2.9 ahead of Jose Miguel Moncada. Sebastian Sepulveda in Rams Hook is P9 on softs. Sebastian Sepulveda entering the pits is P9. Sebastian Sepulveda exiting pits on softs. Gerson Robia in Harbocht is 5th. Christian Gomez entering the pits is P1. Christian Gomez is P1 on mediums. J.Enriquez exiting pits on hards. J.Enriquez in Harbocht is P9 on hards. Christian Gomez is 1st. Santiago Bedoya exiting pits on softs. Christian Gomez exiting pits on mediums. Jose Miguel Moncada in Hogue Heidi is P4, 3.5 ahead of Gerson Robia. Jose Miguel Moncada was 3.3 faster last lap. Jerson Robia in managed his P5, 2.2 behind Jose Miguel Moncada. Sepulveda is P8. J.Enriquez is P9. Santiago Bedoya exiting pits on softs. Christian Gomez from Colombia in Veenslang is first. Jerson Robia in Strubben is 5th. Best lap is a 1:41.600. 1.015 off the fastest lap. Christian Gomez in Geert Timmer Bocht is P1 on mediums. Jerson Robia in Hogue Heidi is P5, 1.2 behind Jose Miguel Moncada. Sebastian Sepulveda entering the pits is 8th. Sebastian Sepulveda is 8th. Julian Cachado entering the pits is P7. Julian Cachado is P7. Sebastian Sepulveda exiting pits on softs. Julian Cachado exiting pits on hards. Juan Garcia in Hogue Heidi is 3rd. Sebastian Aristizabal in Acebro Ecan is 2nd. J.Enriquez in gear Timur Bach on lap 22 is P9, 4.1 behind Sebastian Sepulveda. Sebastian Sepulveda on lap 23 is 9th, 0.3 behind J.Enriquez. Gerson Robia in Montevideo is 4th, 2.9 ahead of Jose Miguel Moncada. J.Enriquez in De Bolt is P7. Juan Garcia is 3rd, 1.2 behind Sebastian Aristizabal. Sebastian Sepulveda entering the pits is 9th. Santiago Bedoya from Colombia in Montevideo is P11 on softs. Juan Garcia in gear Timur Bach is 3rd, 0.4 behind Sebastian Aristizabal. Sebastian Aristizabal in Harbocht is P3 battling Juan Garcia. Santiago Bedoya entering the pits is P11. Sebastian Sepulveda exiting pits on mediums. Jose Miguel Moncada entering the pits is P5. Jose Miguel Moncada is P5. Santiago Bedoya exiting pits on softs. Sebastian Aristizabal in Veenslang is P3, 1.0 behind Juan Garcia. Jose Miguel Moncada is P6 on mediums, 4.4 ahead of J.Enriquez. Jose Miguel Moncada lost 6th to J.Enriquez. Gerson Robia in Dikersloot is P4. Santiago Bedoya in gear Timur Bach is 11th. Juan Garcia is P2, 4.6 ahead of Sebastian Aristizabal. Jose Miguel Moncada entering the pits is P7. Jose Miguel Moncada is P7. Jose Miguel Moncada exiting pits on mediums. J.Enriquez in the bolt is P8. Esteban Gomez in Harboat is 5th on mediums. Christian Gomez in J.Timmer Bocht is P1. Jose Miguel Moncada in Acebro Econ is 7th. Sebastian Aristizabal entering the pits is P3. Gerson Robia entering the pits is 4th. Gerson Robia is 4th. Julian Cachado is 6th. Sebastian Aristizabal is 4th on mediums. Sebastian Aristizabal exiting pits on mediums. Gerson Robia is 5th. Gerson Robia exiting pits on mediums. Sebastian Aristizabal in Beanslang is 4th. Santiago Bedoya in Ramshoek is P11 on softs. Santiago Bedoya entering the pits is 11th. Christian Gomez is 1st. Moncada from Colombia in Muenmir is P7.
Sebastian Aristizabal and Vince Lang is fourth. Sebastian Sepulveda in Geert Timmer Bocht is 9th, 1.3 ahead of Juan Pablo Aristizabal. Juan Pablo Aristizabal was 0.6 faster last lap. Sebastian Sepulveda entering the pits is P9. Sebastian Sepulveda exiting pits on mediums. Sebastian Sepulveda lost 9th to Juan Pablo Aristizabal. Christian Gomez is P1. Julian Caicedo in Harbocht on lap 31 is 6th. Esteban Gomez is P3 on mediums. Juan Pablo Aristizabal entering the pits is P9. Sebastian Sepulveda in Geert Timmer Bocht is P10. Juan Pablo Aristizabal exiting pits on hards. J.Enriquez in Acebro Econ is 8th. Julian Caicedo entering the pits is P6. Julian Caicedo is 6th. Julian Caicedo exiting pits on hards. Julian Caicedo lost 6th to Jose Miguel Moncada. J.Enriquez in the Bolt is 8th. Sebastian Sepulveda in Geert Timmer Bocht is P10, 4.4 behind Juan Pablo Aristizabal. Juan Pablo Aristizabal was 7.7 faster last lap. Juan Garcia in Muenmir is second. Gerson Robia is fifth. Christian Gomez is first. J.Enriquez in Harbocht is P8. Santiago Bedoya exiting pits on mediums. Esteban Gomez in Steckenwale is third. Julian Cachado entering the pits is seventh. Jose Miguel Moncada in Strubben is sixth. Julian Cachado on lap 34 is seventh. Sebastian Sepulveda in Ramshoek is 10th. J.Enriquez in Madejsk is P7 on hards. Juan Garcia entering the pits is second. Juan Garcia is second. Juan Pablo Aristizabal is ninth on hards. Esteban Gomez in Ramshoek is third. Esteban Gomez entering the pits is third. J.Enriquez in geared Timur Bocht is P7. Exiting pits on hards. Sebastian Aristizabal in Acebro Ekin is second. Best lap is a 1:41.570. 0.985 off the fastest lap. Jose Miguel Moncada in Madijcan lap 36 is fourth. Sebastian Aristizabal is second, 3.8 ahead of Gerson Robia. Juan Pablo Aristizabal from Colombia is PA. Juan Garcia is sixth. Best lap is a 1:40.585. Santiago Bedoya entering the pits is P11. Juan Garcia exiting pits on mediums. Santiago Bedoya exiting pits on mediums. Jose Miguel Moncada from Colombia is P4. Christian Gomez is P1. Juan Pablo Aristizabal entering the pits is PA. Juan Pablo Aristizabal is PA. Christian Gomez from Colombia in Rams Hook is first. Juan Garcia entering the pits is sixth. Juan Garcia is sixth. Juan Pablo Aristizabal exiting pits on hards. Juan Garcia exiting pits on mediums. Sebastian Aristizabal in Bolt is P2, 2.9 ahead of Gerson Robia. Juan Garcia is 6th. J.Enriquez entering the pits is P5. Juan Pablo Aristizabal in Muenmir on lap 36 is 8th. J.Enriquez on lap 38 is 5th, 0.4 ahead of Juan Garcia. J.Enriquez exiting pits on hards. J.Enriquez lost P5 to Juan Garcia. Julian Cachado in Ruskin Hook is 7th on hards. Esteban Gomez exiting pits on mediums. Gerson Robia is 3rd. Christian Gomez entering the pits is 1st. Christian Gomez is 1st. Gerson Robia in Acebro Ecan is 3rd, 4.0 behind Sebastian Aristizabal. Christian Gomez is 1st on hards. Christian Gomez exiting pits on hards. Esteban Gomez entering the pits is P9. Jose Miguel Moncada is 4th. Esteban Gomez exiting pits on mediums. J.Enriquez in De Bolt is 6th. Jose Miguel Moncada in Geert Timmer Bocht is 4th. Gerson Robia in De Bolt is 3rd, 0.9 behind Sebastian Aristizabal. Moncada in Stekenwale is P4. Sebastian Aristizabal in Osebro-Ican is third. J.Enriquez entering the pits is sixth. J.Enriquez is sixth. J.Enriquez exiting pits on hards. Sebastian Aristizabal in Hoge Heide is P3, 0.9 behind Gerson Robia. Gerson Robia was 1.7 faster last lap. Juan Garcia is P5 battling J.Enriquez. Jose Miguel Moncada is fourth. Jose Miguel Moncada entering the pits is P4. Juan Pablo Aristizabal from Colombia in Harbocht is seventh. Sebastian Aristizabal is P3, 1.5 behind Gerson Robia. Jose Miguel Moncada is P4. Juan Pablo Aristizabal is P7. Sebastian Aristizabal in Strubben is third, 0.9 behind Gerson Robia. Juan Garcia is P4. Best lap is a 1:40.122. Sebastian Aristizabal is third, 1.3 behind Gerson Robia. Christian Gomez is first. Juan Pablo Aristizabal entering the pits is P7. Juan Pablo Aristizabal is 7th. Juan Pablo Aristizabal exiting pits on hards. Sebastian Aristizabal is third. Gerson Robia in Beanslang is second. J.Enriquez from Colombia is P5. Gerson Robia from Colombia is second. Juan Garcia on lap 45 is fourth. Jose Miguel Moncada in Acebro Ican is sixth. J.Enriquez in Madijk is P5. Esteban Gomez in gear Timur Bach is P8. Sebastian Aristizabal is third. Jose Miguel Moncada in Strubben is sixth. J.Enriquez in Strubben is fifth. Gerson Robia entering the pits is P2. Gerson Robia is second. Jose Miguel Moncada in Ramshoek is P6. Jose Miguel Moncada entering the pits is sixth. Sebastian Aristizabal entering the pits is P3. Jose Miguel Moncada exiting pits on mediums. Esteban Gomez is P8. Jose Miguel Moncada in Ruskenhoek is sixth. J.Enriquez is fifth. Christian Gomez is P1. Juan Pablo Aristizabal in Strubben is 7th. Best lap is a 140.632. 0.510 off the fastest lap. Jose Miguel Moncada is 6th. Christian Gomez from Colombia in Muenmir is P1. Jose Miguel Moncada is 4th. Sebastian Aristizabal is 6th on hards. Sebastian Aristizabal exiting pits on hards. Gerson Robia exiting pits on hards. Esteban Gomez in gear Timur Bach is 8th on mediums. Sebastian Aristizabal in Ruskenhoek is P6 on hards, 2.3 ahead of Gerson Robia. J.Enriquez from Colombia in Harbocht is 3rd. Jose Miguel Moncada in Steckenwale is P4. Best lap is a 1:42.716. 2.594 off the fastest lap. Gerson Robia in Strubben on lap 50 is P7 on hards, 0.5 behind Sebastian Aristizabal. Gerson Robia passed Sebastian Aristizabal for 6th. Sebastian Aristizabal from Colombia in Steckenwale is P7, 1.4 behind Gerson Robia. Gerson Robia is P7 battling Sebastian Aristizabal. Gerson Robia passed Sebastian Aristizabal for P6. Best lap is a 1:42.198. 2.076 off the fastest lap. Sebastian Aristizabal is 7th, 3.4 behind Gerson Robia. Aristizabal from Colombia in Harbook is 5th, 4.3 behind Jose Miguel Moncada. Sebastian Aristizabal in Ramshoek is P7 on hards, 2.1 behind Gerson Robia. Gerson Robia entering the pits is P6. Gerson Robia is 7th on hards, 1.8 behind Sebastian Aristizabal. Gerson Robia exiting pits on hards. Juan Garcia entering the pits is P2. Juan Garcia is 2nd. Juan Pablo Aristizabal is P5, 3.2 behind Jose Miguel Moncada. Esteban Gomez in Beanslang is P8. Juan Garcia exiting pits on mediums. Aristizabal in Beanslang is 5th, 3.6 behind Jose Miguel Moncada. Christian Gomez is P1. Jose Miguel Moncada in Gear Timmer Bach on lap 53 is P4, 3.5 ahead of Juan Pablo Aristizabal. Juan Pablo Aristizabal entering the pits is 5th. Juan Pablo Aristizabal from Colombia is P5. J.Enriquez from Colombia is 2nd. Juan Pablo Aristizabal is 5th. Juan Pablo Aristizabal exiting pits on hards. Jose Miguel Moncada into bolt is P4. Esteban Gomez entering the pits is 8th. Esteban Gomez is P8. J.Enriquez in Dikersloot is P2, 4.3 ahead of Juan Garcia. Esteban Gomez is P8 on hards. J.Enriquez entering the pits is 3rd. Esteban Gomez exiting pits on hards. Gerson Robia is 7th, 0.5 behind Sebastian Aristizabal. J.Enriquez is P3. J.Enriquez exiting pits on mediums. Juan Garcia into bolt is 2nd. Sebastian Aristizabal in Ruskin Hook is P6 on hards. Gerson Robia into bolt is 7th. J.Enriquez in Harbocht is 3rd. Jose Miguel Moncada in Geert Timmerbach is P4. Juan Pablo Aristizabal is 5th. Aristizabal is P6. Juan Garcia in Montevideo is second. Christian Gomez is first on hards. Jose Miguel Moncada is fourth. Sebastian Aristizabal in Dikersloot on lap 57 is 6th, 4.2 ahead of Gerson Robia. J.Enriquez in Madijk is P3. Juan Pablo Aristizabal from Colombia into Bolt is P5. J.Enriquez in Montevideo on lap 59 is P3. Sebastian Aristizabal in Hope is P6, 1.6 ahead of Gerson Robia. Christian Gomez is first on softs. Christian Gomez exiting pits on softs. Jose Miguel Moncada entering the pits is fourth. Jose Miguel Moncada is fourth. Christian Gomez in Acebro Econ is first. Jose Miguel Moncada from Colombia is P4, 2.5 ahead of Juan Pablo Aristizabal. Juan Pablo Aristizabal was 7.6 faster last lap. Jose Miguel Moncada exiting pits on mediums. Jose Miguel Moncada lost fourth to Juan Pablo Aristizabal. Christian Gomez in Dikersloot on lap 61 is first. Gerson Robia in J.Enriquez is 6th, 3.9 ahead of Sebastian Aristizabal. Juan Pablo Aristizabal in Rams Hook is P4. Esteban Gomez entering the pits is P8. Esteban Gomez is P8. Esteban Gomez exiting pits on hards. Sebastian Aristizabal in Rams Hook is 7th. J.Enriquez in Ruskin Hook is 3rd. Gerson Robia is 6th. Juan Pablo Aristizabal in J.Enriquez is P4 on hards. Esteban Gomez in Veenslang is P8. Aristizabal is P4. is 3rd. Jose Miguel Moncada entering the pits is 5th. Jose Miguel Moncada is P5. Jose Miguel Moncada exiting pits on mediums. Juan Garcia in Rams Hook is P2. Sebastian Aristizabal in Strubben is 7th. Juan Pablo Aristizabal in Madijk is 4th. Gomez in Acebro Econ on lap 62 is P8. Juan Garcia in Harbocht is 2nd. J.Enriquez in Dikersloot is 3rd. Best lap is a 1:41.778. 1.656 off the fastest lap. J.Enriquez entering the pits is P3. J.Enriquez exiting pits on mediums. Sebastian Aristizabal entering the pits is 7th. Sebastian Aristizabal is 7th. Sebastian Aristizabal exiting pits on hards. Juan Garcia in Ruskin Hook is second on mediums. Juan Pablo Aristizabal in Beanslang is fourth. Juan Garcia is P2. Christian Gomez in Ruskin Hook is first. Juan Pablo Aristizabal in Strubben is P4. Jose Miguel Moncada from Colombia in Acebro Ican is P5. Esteban Gomez is 8th. Best lap is a 1:42.931. 2.809 off the fastest lap. Juan Garcia in Ruskin Hook is second. Esteban Gomez in Madijk on lap 66 is 8th. Jose Miguel Moncada in Beanslang is 5th. P1. J.Enriquez in Autosport is P3. Christian Gomez in Beanslang is first on softs. J.Enriquez in Divers on lap 70 is P3. Is fifth. Esteban Gomez in Beanslang is P8. Juan Garcia in Beanslang is second. Is P5 on mediums. The leader has just finished the race. Christian Gomez finished first. Garcia finished P2. Gerson Robia finished P6. Juan Pablo Aristizabal is fourth. He's Sebastián Aristizabal finished P7. José Miguel Moncada finished 5th. Esteban Gomez finished P8. J.Enriquez finished P3.